Welcome to Future Business School's Book Bites. Today, we're exploring a book that has revolutionized the way businesses are built and scaled, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. This book focuses on how startups and even established businesses can innovate and grow faster using lean principles. Whether you're a budding entrepreneur or a business leader, the insights here can transform the way you work and approach new ideas.
Absolutely. The Lean Startup is all about creating successful businesses by focusing on continuous innovation and learning. Through real-life examples and case studies, we'll show you how to build a business that's not only resilient, but adaptable to change. Let's break it down into actionable lessons and map them to real-life scenarios you can apply today.
Build, measure, learn cycle. At the heart of the Lean Startup is the build, measure, learn cycle. This process emphasizes quickly building a prototype or minimum viable product, measuring customer responses, and learning from those results. It's a faster way to discover what works without wasting time and resources. A real-life example is Dropbox, which launched with just a simple MVP to test user interest before developing a full product. By getting feedback early, they avoided unnecessary development and pivoted to meet actual customer needs.
Minimum viable product. The MVP is a critical concept in this book. Rather than building a complete, polished product, startups should release a simplified version to test key assumptions. For instance, when Zappos started, the founder didn't invest in inventory. Instead, he took pictures of shoes from local stores and posted them online. Once he received an order, he bought the shoes and shipped them. This allowed him to validate the demand without upfront investment. A practical takeaway here is focus on validating your idea with an MVP before going all in.
Validated learning. Validated learning is about learning what customers really want by running experiments and collecting data. Instead of relying on assumptions or gut feelings, entrepreneurs should test their hypotheses. A real-world example is Airbnb, which started by renting out air mattresses in their apartment to test whether people would pay for short-term accommodations. By gathering real-world feedback, they validated their business idea before scaling it into the global platform we know today.
Innovation accounting focuses on measuring progress in a startup when traditional financial metrics like revenue or profit aren't useful yet. In the early stages, the success of a startup should be measured by how quickly it is learning and pivoting, rather than short-term profits. An example of this is how Slack measured user engagement. Early on, they tracked how much time people spent on the platform, and when they saw high engagement, they knew they were on the right path to creating a valuable product.
One of the most important decisions in a startup is knowing when to pivot, change direction, or persevere. Continue with the same strategy. Ries stresses that if the data shows your product isn't meeting customer needs, it's time to pivot. A famous example is Instagram, which started as a location-based check-in app called Bourbon. After noticing users weren't interested in that feature but loved photo sharing, they pivoted to become the photo sharing app we know today. Sometimes, a small pivot can lead to massive success.
Continuous deployment is another key principle. Instead of waiting to release a product until it's perfect, startups should continuously deploy small changes and improvements. Facebook is a great example of this, constantly rolling out updates and features to its platform. By releasing small updates, they get real-time feedback and can quickly address issues or improve user experience. In your startup, consider releasing small, incremental changes rather than waiting for a perfect version.
Ries emphasizes that the goal of a lean startup isn't just to create a product, but to build a sustainable business. This means creating a product that solves a real problem and can continue growing over time. For example, LinkedIn started with a very basic network and slowly evolved by focusing on user needs like job searching and professional networking, making it indispensable for users. The lesson here is to think long-term. What will keep your business relevant for years to come?
One myth the lean startup debunks is the idea of the lone genius. Success isn't about one person with a brilliant idea, but about teams that learn and adapt. Take Pixar, for example. Their success wasn't just the result of one genius director, but the result of collaborative teams working together, experimenting, and constantly improving their processes. The takeaway here: focus on creating a culture of innovation where teams can learn and grow together.
A key principle from the lean startup is to test early and fail fast. The sooner you can find out what doesn't work, the faster you can focus on what does. A great real-life example is Twitter, which started as a podcast platform called Audio. When the founders realized the podcast market wasn't growing, they quickly pivoted to the microblogging platform we know today. Don't be afraid of failure. Use it as a learning tool to refine your business strategy. Ries emphasizes the importance of cross-functional teams, teams that include members from different departments working together. This breaks down silos and encourages faster decision-making and innovation. In real life, companies like Spotify use this model with engineers, designers, and product managers all working in small, autonomous teams to quickly iterate and innovate. Building these kinds of teams can help your startup move faster and more effectively.
When it comes to measuring success, Ries advocates for focusing on actionable metrics rather than vanity metrics. Vanity metrics, like website traffic or app downloads, don't always reflect real progress. Actionable metrics, such as customer retention or conversion rates, tell you if your product is really working. A good example is how Dropbox tracked how many users were inviting others to the platform, which showed strong organic growth. Always focus on metrics that truly reflect your business's health and growth.
Perseverance is a key theme in the lean startup. Startups often face uncertainty and challenges, but it's essential to stay committed to learning and adapting. Take the example of SpaceX. After several failed rocket launches, Elon Musk persevered, learned from each failure, and eventually succeeded in revolutionizing space travel. The lesson? Don't give up when things get tough. Keep learning, iterating, and pushing forward.
At its core, the lean startup is about adopting a growth mindset, one where you embrace learning, flexibility, and innovation. Successful entrepreneurs see failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone to success. A real-life example is Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, who continually iterated her product based on feedback and wasn't afraid to fail along the way. Adopting this mindset can help you face challenges head-on and come out stronger.
And there you have it. Key lessons from the Lean Startup by Eric Ries. By adopting lean principles, you can create a business that grows faster, learns quickly, and adapts to market changes. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but progress. Build, measure, and learn continuously.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through Future Business School's Book Bites. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more insights and lessons designed to help you succeed.